We talk about the Lakers potentially adding Kawhi Leonard. I don't think that's going to happen, and that would take up basically all of their cap space, and they would have to, fill out the rest of their roster with some players that may not be at the top of the heap in the NBA in free agency. Now, there are some rumors of some players that they have been looking at to fill out their roster, and they're very interesting. Jalen, I can't believe I'm saying this. Some names that have popped up are, wait for it, JR Smith and Carmelo Anthony. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this might actually happen?
I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea.
Oh, what?
Because
what?
Yes, no doubt about it. Because did you see JR Smith play basketball last year?
No. I saw him on Chris Brickley's Instagram feed.
Exactly. You know that he's going to be a heat check type of scorer, and he's already gotten his money, already won a championship with LeBron. He's also a Clutch Sports client, so he knows the in and outs of what they're trying to get done. Carmelo Anthony, even though he didn't work in Houston and probably didn't live up to expectations in OKC, he can be a guy that could get hot and score 10 points in a playoff game in a quarter, or maybe have 20 points in a playoff game. That can take place. And did you see him playing ball after he left the Houston Rockets last year?
Well, a couple things, Jalen. I have seen both of these players play extremely well in the past year, but they've been on Chris Brinkley's Instagram feed in empty gyms. Also, I do remember the last time JR Smith played basketball with LeBron James pretty well, and we all know what happened then. We all know what happened in game one of those finals, and we know that JR Smith is a sort of a, just to put it lightly, a hit or miss kind of a player. And sometimes when you say, have I seen these players play basketball? Sometimes there's a reason for that. You say he didn't live up to expectations in OKC. He didn't. And we all know that he was on the Rockets for like 3 weeks. There's probably a reason for that too. So what makes you think that after those sort of failed experiments last year and all that time off, that they still should be added to a Lakers roster, which are probably building young players with energy to play defense instead of older players that are just friends of LeBron James?
First off, Melo is a Hall of Famer. The Knicks should retire his number.
Fact.
And the one thing about him playing in Houston, you knew it wasn't going to work in the preseason when he pump faked the three-point shot, took a two-point shot, made it, and apologized. You knew right there that that wasn't going to work. He's a guy that likes to mix up his game and score. And I know he's not a lockdown defender, but here's what you got to allow the team to do. Become LeBron James's personality. See, it's like more than just allowing LeBron to be great. It's allowing him to flourish with guys that understands what makes him tick. He don't have time to learn new people and learn new players on and off the floor. JR Smith won a championship with him. Melo is his right-hand man. I think they both still have some minutes left in them in the NBA. And I want to see Melo leave where it's not so unceremonial. It doesn't have to be what Dwayne Wade was able to do, but for a guy that accomplished so much, I didn't like to see him go out like that. And lastly, those guys are going to be desperate because they didn't play last year. It's almost like they did with the coaching staff. People question hiring Frank Vogel and then hiring Jay Kidd and Lionel Hollins. I like that. You know why? Those two guys were out of the league. They weren't interviewing for jobs and then all of a sudden the Lakers hired them. It's a chance for them to get back in the league. And that's what I see with JR Smith and Melo being added to this Lakers roster. I anticipate that it will happen.
I want it to happen for the entertainment purposes. And also, if I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm saying, LeBron, who do you want? He's like, get these guys. Okay, cool. Then I'll call their agents and I'll say one thing. Veteran minimum, not a penny more. Veteran minimum only. That's what you're being offered right now, because they do have to fill out that roster with not too much cap space after paying for Anthony Davis.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.